Adaptation. Adaptation. Oh, and the Sam Hill to adapt a short story for an audio drama. Well, the first thing I did was yesterday, I read the story 3 times. Yeah, that's right. I read it 3 times. The first time was to enjoy it, to love it, to really sort of lead into my emotions. Second time was more of a nuts and bolts approach of understanding why the story worked. And here are my notes after the third read. Basically, me writing down every cadence that meant something to me. This is what I'm using to write the script. And because I'm being quite liberal with my adaptation, because we're taking 1914 and transplanting it to 2028, and I am trying to make sure that every one of the characters is reflected in this story. They all show up in one way or another. But the so-called outline is more of an atmospheric outline. Then the plan, after I have a draft that reflects this strange interpretation of the original story, I am going to go back to the story and honor it by making sure that the narration has very specific phrases. I did this before when I adapted The Yellow Wall Painting. I also like to have a lot of fun with certain aspects of the story by making them a little over the top and absurd. For example, the story starts off on a rainy day. Well, it stands to reason that in 2028, with climate change going on, what if I had the rain in this story be completely over the top? So I had some fun with that, and it actually makes sense. I've done other fun little things. For example, in the original short story, the new cafe owner actually has a bunch of shady dealings. I've made the new cafe owner a crypto scammer. Still honors the story, honors the spirit, and it's a nice little fun nod that I have done to show anybody who is very familiar with the original story that the story is timeless. I can't just offer a straight adaptation. That's just not the way my creative mind works. I'm obviously deeply reverential towards the story, but I'm also a motherfucking madman. So, adaptation is a bit like playing a jazz riff. You know the mood that you want to hit. The question is, can you work within the structural limitations to honor the story while also expressing your own voice? And that's why I like adapting things from time to time. Although I gotta say, I am a little worried about a 2 to 5 minute stretch that's going to be pretty intense. I'm hoping I can pull it off. I probably will, but still, if you don't feel anxious from time to time, you're doing art very wrong. You're doing adaptation very wrong.